Hi there. Welcome to SparrowCast series, where we help you connect the dots. Take home the best ideas from industry experts and thought leaders right here on SparrowCast by Service Sparrow. Today, we have somebody really important, Ari Hoffman. He is the official success fanatic and director of Customer Advocacy at Coveo. Other than customer success, he is also rather passionate when it comes to speaking about our topic today, the difference between customer marketing and advocacy. From Shark Tank to the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest and Dream Big America Challenge, Ari has seen it all. Welcome to the show, Ari. Super excited to have you here.
Thanks for making me feel important. I appreciate that.
You are. Ari, without any further ado, I'm just going to get straight into our topic for the day. What is the difference between customer marketing and advocacy?
Yeah, and I think it's a really pertinent question for right now. This is a question that is temporally valid at this very moment. And companies can do a lot with minimal effort right now, right here, to really be able to understand why there's a difference and how those two things play. So when you think about the customer's life cycle, right, especially now that customer success managers are even moving earlier into the sales cycle, right? So that there's a cleaner handoff, there's a transition instead of it being a handshake, now it's yours from sales. So because of that, we have to think about the two different sides, right? Once the sale happens and what happens after the sale. Before the sale, right, you have sales and marketing that are working like this. You have a cohesive map of what that life cycle and maturity is going to be like to help push people through the funnel, right? But once they get to that conversion point where they become a customer, what happens after in the funnel when you're trying to expand is you have a much more segmented or perpetual style marketing campaign where customer success might ask for a new slide deck or competitive analysis, right? So marketing makes it for them. Onboarding might say, hey, we need to update our onboarding PowerPoint as well as some of the videos. So marketing does it, but they're these one-off campaigns. And nothing is tying all of that together, right? So you have a more disjointed or segmented campaign run style for your expansion opportunities as you do compared to that pre-cycle. And the difference between customer marketing and customer advocacy is this: the type of voice that you need to have to acquire a net new customer, a new logo, is different than the type of voice that you need to have that is for expansion and cross-sell and renewals, right? One is validating a logo and a brand, and are they big enough for us? Can they scale with us? There's a host of it. Do they really solve the challenges? Are they too expensive? So that voice, right, even if you're using your customers to tell that story, is different than what you're needing to tell when you're talking about expansion and bigger use cases and moving them along in the customer maturity model, right? And so understanding that, right, one is about brand and logo, right, security. The other is, right, expanding, and that voice now switches from it being about the logo to being about what are other customers doing that are great? What am I trying to be like, right? So that champion story, you really want to tell that hero story, that hero's journey where someone can look at what you're producing and say, that's exactly what I'm going through. I want to be just like them. How do I do more of that, right? And so understanding that different voice is imperative, right, to being able to work on this second half and making a less disjointed, cohesive map for how to expand with the customer through your marketing efforts, right, and through the customer's voice.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ari. That was kind of really crisp and insightful. I'm sure our audience also felt likewise. So just summing up the three takeaways from our session today here with Ari. 1, customer marketing is not customer advocacy. 2, are you telling a brand story or a champion story? And 3, automate to scale.
I was going to say, we didn't do the automation to scale question, right? And what that is in a real brief nutshell here is, as the customer comes through and they make their acquisition, we have our own customer success management tool within that tool, what we've done is created triggers. So as a customer success manager is measuring how far along in the maturity model they are, they're checking off the training is complete, the onboarding is complete, professional services is complete, they've launched the site live, right? As they go through and they're checking all of those different engagements, each time they have a major engagement, right? And it's different for everybody's customer life cycle. There's momentum that customer has, right? Right after a sale is great momentum. Let's get them to talk about, what was that sales cycle like? Was it easy? Was it good? Was it valuable? Not everyone's going to have a great experience, but for those that do, let's capture that messaging, right? Now, if they've gone through onboarding, what was that like? Each of these are key points to either focus on getting reviews for review sites like Salesforce App Exchange or Trust Radius, Gartner Peer Insights, right? Or are you talking about references? Are they already ready for a sales reference call? Have they got enough out of it, right? Are they ready to do a webinar? Are they ready to do, a speaking engagement live? Or are they ready just to attend maybe one of your events? So you want to make sure that you're maturing the customer, not just on your life cycle, but also with their advocacy, because not everybody is going to be great at everything. And if you can automate those trigger points for the CSMs to automate, reach out, and capture that momentum, now you have the ability to scale where you're not trying to keep everything on a spreadsheet and know who you've asked what and where. Right now it's automated and you can run reports on what advocates are doing what in what order. And now you can tie this finally back to revenue that you're creating.
Absolutely. Thank you. So that was actually automate to scale. That's what he just said. Ari, a final question again. Did you get a chance to participate in our survey, Sparrow survey? Maybe
I absolutely did, and it was novel.
Thank you. I was going to ask, can you share a feedback of how this survey was? How did you feel?
I've never taken a survey like that before. I've seen many surveys. One of the questions was how often are you surveyed? A lot, right? Not only for my own company, we do employee satisfaction and employee net promoter scores. We do a lot of internal surveys, but I get them from a ton of different people, especially vendors who are trying to acquire, our business. They love to start with a survey, right? And I've seen people try and vary their surveys up, make them different, right? Make them more interactive, but they're all kind of the same cake in a different shape, right? What I just took today, and you're not paying me to do this, so I just took it, was completely different. And it was actually fun and it was exciting. I don't know if it was fun and exciting just because I haven't seen anything like that before, or because that's actually a better way to survey, but it got me to go through all of the questions and it felt it was a low effort required because of the way it was produced and the way it was interactive. So, and the way it was a little cheeky, it was a little fun, right? It mixed in a little fun, which I really like.
Conversation it is. That's what it all is about. Thank you so much, Ari. Thank you so much for sharing your feedback and for all those insights. Thank you so much again. And we shall see you again next SparrowCast. Fly along with us.
Thanks for having me.